Welcome back and happy Valentine's Day. Today we have an interesting word. This being February 14th, we'll talk about Valentine's Day, along with Oregon and Arizona, whose statehood days this is. So grab your favorite cuppa, settle back, and let's see what we have about February 14th. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for February 14th. February 14th is 45th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 320 days remaining to the end of the year, or 321 if it happens to be a leap year. Today's word is rhapsody. Rhapsody is a noun that might mean a highly emotional or enthusiastic expression of feeling, whether in speech, writing, or music. A rhapsody may also be a musical composition, often irregular or improvisational in form, expressing a range of emotions without adhering to a strict structure. Or a rhapsody might be an epic poem or part of it. In ancient Greece, a rhapsody referred to a portion of an epic poem, such as the Iliad or the Odyssey, recited by a rhapsode or rhapsodist, which was a classical Greek professional performer of epic poetry in the 5th and 4th centuries BC, and possibly earlier. Some example sentences using the word rhapsody might be something along the lines of, Gershwin's performance was a breathtaking rhapsody that left the audience spellbound. Or, Eddie was a travel writer whose book was a rhapsody about the charm of small towns across Europe. The word rhapsody comes to us from Greek, where it was combined from words that meant to stitch together and song or code. So basically a stitched together song, referring to the way rhapsodists would stitch parts of epic poems together in performance. Isn't that interesting? First known use of the word rhapsody in English is in the mid-1500s, rhapsody. Today's word rhapsody was suggested by YouTube viewer at Roberta Reels 7980. Thanks, Roberta. And if you have a word you'd like us to look into for Word of the Day, drop it in the comments. We'll get it on the list. And with that, we've got several things going on today. First of all is February 14th, Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Also known as St. Valentine's Day or the Feast of St. Valentine's. It's celebrated on February 14th. Best we know, it started out as a Christian feast day in honor of one or two Christian martyrs called St. Valentine, and has evolved into a romance-based holiday as we know it today. It's not an official state holiday anywhere that I'm aware of, but it is widely celebrated with red hearts, greeting cards, chocolates, and special dinners. While not a widely used name currently, apparently the name Valentine, Valentino, or Valentinius were more widely used in the past, and there are several historical individuals bearing one or the other of those names after whom presumably this holiday takes its name. Several historical people born on February 14th have been named Valentine as well. The story and exact origin of Valentine's Day is difficult to pin down for sure, but somewhere along the way it was assigned to the date of February 14th and became associated with love. Part of the myth about the Greek god Eros, who later became the Roman god Cupid, is that he used golden arrows to incite love and lead arrows to create aversion. Later on, Cupid came to be portrayed as this cute little cherub that we see in Valentine's Day iconography, along with the iconography of hearts and arrows that have come to be associated with Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day began to be popularly celebrated in the 1800s with the exchange of gifts of affection and handwritten notes and printed Valentine cards. Today's Valentine's Day is the second largest card-sending holiday of the year, right after Christmas. Oregon was admitted as the 33rd U.S. state on February 14, 1859. Prior to statehood, Oregon was part of the Oregon Territory, originally organized in 1848. The area had been home to indigenous people for thousands of years before the first European settlers began arriving in the 1500s. Oregon is the 9th largest and 27th most populous state. Its capital is Salem, Oregon, and its largest city is Portland. There's still a lot of nature out there in Oregon: mountains, rivers, and forests. Crater Lake is in a volcanic caldera and is the deepest lake in the United States, 10th deepest in the world. Beautiful place with all that nature, Oregon. The origin of Oregon's name is uncertain. It could be either from a geographical reference from the days of the Spanish explorers of the West Coast, or it could be named after oregano, which grows in the southern part of the state, or it could be named after a river in Spain with the same or similar name, or it could be an adaptation for a French word that meant windstorm or hurricane after the Chinook winds. Oregon's state bird is the western meadowlark. The state flower is the Oregon grape. The state tree is the Douglas fir. Oregon is also home to the single largest organism in the world, a fungus that runs between 2,200 acres, 8.9 square kilometers of the Malheur National Forest. Oregon's nickname is the Beaver State, and the motto is, "She flies with her own wings." Happy Oregon Day. Arizona was admitted as the 48th and last contiguous U.S. state on February 14, 1912. If you ever hear mention of the Four Corners region, they might be talking about this intersection right here, with the borders of Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah meeting right here at an intersection, just like so many streets do. Arizona is the 6th largest and the 14th most populous of the 50 states. Phoenix, Arizona is the capital of and the largest city in Arizona. The state of Arizona does not observe daylight saving time, although the large Navajo Nation in the northeast corner of the state does. That Navajo Nation, by the way, is the largest area held by a Native American tribe in the U.S., and you might be able to see here that its boundaries overlap into New Mexico on the east and Utah in the north. Most of it is in Arizona, though. Arizona is home to some stunning phenomena of nature: the meteor crater, the petrified forest, the painted desert, and the Grand Canyon. In fact, Arizona's nickname is the Grand Canyon State. The meteor crater is nearly 3/4 of a mile wide, 0.737 mile, or 1.86 kilometers, and 560 feet, or 170 meters deep. It's figured to be about some 50,000 years old, an impact crater caused by an iron meteorite. I have a funny story about going to see the meteor crater and the Grand Canyon, and if you'd like to hear about that, let me know. I'll make a separate video about that. Back to today, though, other nicknames for Arizona are the Copper State and the Valentine State. Arizona's state flower is the saguaro cactus bloom. State bird is the cactus wren, and the state tree is the palo verde. While you're there, be on the lookout for the state reptile, the Arizona ridge-nosed rattlesnake, and they also have a state amphibian, the Arizona tree frog. As always, there's so much more to tell about Arizona, but we need to move along. This will be one of my longer videos already. Earlier this month, one of my viewers suggested I Got You, Babe by Sonny and Cher as a song that's fun to listen to and great for February, the month of love. So what could be more fun than Valentine's Day? I Got You, Babe by Sonny and Cher was a single from their 1965 debut studio album, Look at Us. The story on this song is that Sonny wrote and composed the song late one night, and his inspiration for it was kind of an opposite view of Bob Dylan's rather bitter song, It Ain't Me, Babe. He woke Cher up to sing it, and she hated it. Didn't think it would go anywhere and went back to bed. Recorded and released in the summer of 1965, I Got You, Babe became their biggest single and their signature song. Sold over 1 million copies, certified gold, hit #1 in the UK and in Canada. I Got You, Babe by Sonny and Cher, link in the description. Interesting day, February 14th. Be good to your loved ones every day, and especially let them know today, okay? Now, I have a quote attributed to Sonny Bono, and here it is. Music can change the world because it can change people. Yes, it can. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That playlist lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page. It's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.